What up, YouTube? So today I'm working on the Kraton a little bit. Actually, still just working on the body. I noticed that there's a line here, some marks. I'll show you right there. It's tough to see. There it is, and I believe that is where to cut this body to get that wing to fit. I'm gonna order some thumb screws so I can get that wing on and off easily and quickly and cut that out and hopefully be able to run that wing. I'd like to have it there to be able to protect the body to keep it from getting all munched up like that Traxxas. Let's see how this goes.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Alright, well there it is. Clearance enough to get this wing on. I'm still going to put some thumb screws in the top of this wing so I can get it on and off pretty easy. But you can't make it work. Still have your full fenders. I left a little bit attached here in between just to give the body some support. I have a feeling that's going to get ripped out pretty quickly. But I might 3D print a part that just kind of comes up and fills this area, or like some kind of panel for back here. Because I don't like having this huge 4-finger gap right here. We'll see. Alright guys, so if you're wondering if buying a used RC is worth it, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I paid $800 for this car, but luckily this car came with good tires and a nice body. It does need a little bit of maintenance. Mostly it's just setting the suspension back to where it was. I need to fill up the diffs with the proper fluid, and this car happens to be in really good shape, so I got a good deal at that cost because I didn't have to replace the body and I didn't have to replace the tires. A car at this cost, though, that you did have to replace the body and replace the tires, you were looking at probably wanting to buy a new kit over buying a used one at that price point, because a new set of tires for a 5th scale is about $200, and a new body will run, $70 for a clear body plus, $15 a can for paint. So you do 3 cans of paint and a body, you're looking at $120. That's $300 on top of whatever you're paying for this car. So had this car been in any worse shape, and it wouldn't have been a good deal. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, is the cost of new tires and a body when you're looking at these used RCs. Also, as if there's any damage, make sure you test drive them and that everything's working fine. This car was actually working pretty good and just only needed a couple of minor things. So I did that stuff. I do have some tires on the way just because, me, I like to try different things out. But that is for sure some stuff to keep in mind when you're buying a used kit. So this one's a score. But, don't forget to negotiate out there and, try to get better deals on things if you can. That being said, Brand new kit you don't have to clean, and a brand new kit you don't usually have much maintenance to do. Sometimes there's like some places you should pack grease in, and some setup you should do, like maybe putting some Loctite in places, and that's occasionally outlined in the instructions. But you know, zero cleanup, and everything's usually all right there and nice and fresh.
Ratoncito le gusta danza cuando estudio en la escuela. Pajarita se cubre botín cuando visita a su abuela. Si necesita una amiga, debe hablar con ratoncito. Si quieres ser mi amante, debe ser alta y delgadita. Lunes, martes, ratones, pez. Miércoles, jueves.
That was so loose. There's not a whole lot of fluid in there, but unfortunately I did tear the gaskets, so gotta get some of those on order. And once those come in, I can complete this arrma Kraton 8S and start with the Versus series. Thanks for tuning into my channel, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a good